So anyways, now without any further ado, let's come to the chapter number 2, which is regarding the audit strategy, the audit planning, and the audit program. Right? Audit strategy, audit planning, and the audit program. What we had marked it as A category. And a less effort and more marks is what we had marked it as. And it also covers our essay 300. Right? What is essay 300? It is regarding the planning and audit. And a planning and audit of the financial statements. Right? Planning and audit of the financial statements. Okay. Right. So now we are going to talk about audit strategy, audit planning, and the audit program. Right. So audit strategy, audit plan. Right. So let us talk about the audit strategy, and then after the audit strategy, the audit planning. Right? Audit strategy, we have to discuss what are the benefits, the advantages of having an audit strategy, and then also what are the factors to be considered in the development of an audit strategy. Right? For audit plan, we have to first discuss ke acha theek hai, like you prepare a plan, but before that you have to do certain preliminary engagement activity. Like, even before you prepare your exam timetable, first you have to decide when are you going to write attempt, which attempt are you going to write, whether you're going to write one group or both groups. Right? So that is some preliminary work which is required to be done. And after the preliminary work is done, you have the audit planning. Again, for audit planning, we have the benefits, the advantages, and then again the factors to be considered in the development of the audit plan. Right, the factors to be considered. So this is the discussion regarding the audit strategy, audit planning, and then we will later on come to the audit program. It's registering, right? Whatever I'm trying to mention over here, is it registering in your mind? Audit strategy, audit planning. Strategy and audit planning are interrelated. Change in one will result in a change in the other. Right? Plan is more detailed than the strategy. Strategy comes before, which is later on followed by a detailed audit plan. Right? So audit strategy, audit planning. What are the benefits? What are the factors? Then for audit planning. Okay. Right? So now let us come to the essay 300, planning and audit of the financial statement. Right? So they have given over here why planning and audit is necessary. Okay, what are the benefits? Right? So what are the benefits? It says AAPPEE. What is AAPPEE? One, it helps you to give the appropriate attention to the important areas in the audit. Then potential problems are promptly identified and work is conducted in an efficient, effective manner. Right? So AAPPEE. कि आप हर एरिया को ठीक से ध्यान देते हो, जो भी danger area है, that is identified promptly. And last one, it says you do the audit in a smooth manner, efficient and effective conduct of the audit. When you prepare a plan, it also helps you in the selection of team members, helps you to decide who is going to do the direction, the supervision, and the review of the audit. And you can also coordinate with the other auditors and the expert, right? You can also coordinate with the experts. Right? So these are the advantages of the audit planning. What are the advantages of the audit planning? AAPPEE. Right? Then after that, it helps you with the selection of the engagement team members. It helps you with the DSR and also coordinate with the others like the expert. Right? So that's the benefits of the audit planning. Right. Then is audit planning a one time, like one day, one place, you sit for 2 hours and finish your audit planning? No, it is not a discrete phase of an audit, but it's a ongoing process. It is a continual and iterative process. Right? And then what are the factors to be considered in the development of the audit plan? We say that there are a realm of factors to be considered. REALM. Right? So what is the R over there? It says the analytical procedures to be applied as the risk assessment procedures. right? Then after that, the involvement of the experts, right? Then after that, again, it talks about the analytical procedure. Then L is regarding the legal regulatory framework, and M is regarding the materiality, right? So we have the factors to be considered in the development of the audit plan. What do we say? That we have a realm of factors to be considered, right? The risk assessment procedure, the involvement of the expert, the analytical procedure, legal regulatory framework, and the determination of the materiality. इनको ध्यान में रखते हुए आपको ऑडिट प्लान बनाना है ना? द रिस्क असेसमेंट प्रोसीजर, कितना एक्सपर्ट को इन्वॉल्व करना है, एनालिटिकल प्रोसीजर, what laws and regulations are applicable, and the determination of the materiality. Okay. Should there be involvement of the key engagement members in planning the audit? Yes. Not only that EP is sitting at one place and preparing the audit plan. Right? Should there be discussion with the entity management? Yes, to facilitate the conduct of the audit, but not to compromise on the effectiveness of the audit. Right? It should not compromise on the effectiveness of the audit. Right. Then we talk about the preliminary. Before even you think of preparing an audit plan, what is the preliminary work that you need to do? है ना? So preliminary के सबसे पहले क्या मुझे ये client accept continue करना है ना? Which we have discussed in SPC 1 SA 220. You say, मैम मुझे ये client accept ही नहीं करना है, मैम मुझे ये client continue ही नहीं करना है, तो भाई फिर audit plan क्यों बना है? So that's preliminary, acceptance, continuance of the client relationship. Second, whether you can comply with the ethical requirements, including independence. You say, no, ma'am, I don't have the PCDC. I don't have the professional competence. Do you care to do this engagement? No doing the engagement. No doing the engagement. No preparing the plan. Right. Then also agreeing the terms of engagement with the management, wherein you write your preconditions for an audit. They say, array auditor, your preconditions not good. Not good, they say, bye, I'm not doing audit. Not doing audit, no need to prepare the audit. इसलिए इसको क्या बोलते हैं? Basic groundwork, preliminary engagement activity. What are the preliminary engagement activity? The acceptance, the continuance of the client relationship. Second, whether you have to, yes, the results of the acceptance, continuance of the client relationship, whether you can comply with the ERII. And third, the engagement letter. Right? Third is the engagement letter. Right? So these are the preliminary engagement activities. Right? Preliminary engagement activities. Right. Now we talk about the OAS. What is OAS? Overall audit strategy. Number one, what are the benefits? What is the advantage? What are the benefits of preparing an overall audit strategy? Right? So one, it says it helps you. Benefits of overall audit strategy. It helps you to decide upon the nature, timing, and extent of the resources. कि कैसे, कब और कितने लोग लगेंगे ये ऑडिट करने के लिए. Will you need a qualified, or is article okay? Do you need that person on 5th April or 20th April? Whether you require 10 articles or whether you require 20 articles. So nature, timing, and extent of the resources required to perform the engagement. And also it says the nature, timing, and extent of the DSR, the direction, supervision, and review of the resources. Right? So that's the benefit of the audit strategy. And after the benefits, now we talk about the factors to be taken into consideration while establishing the overall audit strategy. Right? So here again we have the RARE, right? S-RARE, right? So one, it says S-RARE. What is S? The scope. Then R, reporting objectives. Then A, the results of the preliminary engagement activity. Then R, the nature, timing, and extent of the resources. And then the E, which is the engagement team effort. Right? This is similar to SA 299 का joint audit plan. है ना? वहां पे joint audit plan में पढ़ा, यहाँ वो overall audit strategy में है. Whatever boss says, that is it. Right? So factors to be taken into consideration in the development of the overall audit strategy. What are the factors? S-RARE. right? S, rare. What is S? The scope. R, reporting objectives. A, results of the preliminary engagement activities. R, nature, timing, and extent of resources. And E, the, yes, what you say, professional judgment as to which areas are significant in directing the engagement team effort. Yes, thought that life is becoming simpler by looking at this chart, or how the chart can be made better if it's not yet making your life simpler? Yes, anyone? Would you like to comment upon this chart that we have prepared right in front of you, regarding analyzing the content of the chapter number 2? Yes, will you take a screenshot and upload it on your Telegram or your friends who are studying for Inter Audit, any group that you have, so that it could reach to more and more people? If a man is aggressively trying to reach more students, there's no harm. If I reach to more students, this will help them to pass. Any faculty could do that. But yeah, I would like to contribute. Yes, this is good. Like students have a question, man, how to revise the entire subject 1.5 days before the exam? This is how you revise. You do the writing practice, you look at the MTP, RTP, and you revise from these charts. Yes, all good. Will you do that much for me? Okay, right. So that is regarding the audit strategy, then the audit plan, description of the audit plan. Then we already said that audit strategy, audit plan, they are interrelated. Right? Change in one will result into a change in the other. Right? But strategy comes before, which is later on followed by a detailed audit plan. And obviously, audit strategy, audit plan, all is the responsibility of the auditor. Can the auditor change, update his audit strategy as the audit progresses, his audit strategy, audit planning? Yes. As a result of the unexpected events, as a result of the change in condition or the evidence obtained from the results of the audit procedure. Right? Auditor may make the changes to the audit planning. Right? Unexpected event, change in condition, or the evidence obtained from the results of the audit procedure. Right, so what you have to remember, changes to audit planning, UCE. Changes to audit planning, that you have to remember as the UCE. An unexpected event, change in condition, or the evidence obtained from the results of the audit procedure. Right, then it talks about the nature, timing, and extent of DSR. And nature, timing, and extent of the DSR. है ना, कि कैसे, कब और कितना डायरेक्शन, सुपरविजन एंड रिव्यू करना है, इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द SARC, right? The size and complexity of the entity, the area of the audit, the risk of material misstatement, and the competence and capability of the individual team members performing the, है ना, तो कैसे, कब और कितना, DSR, that depends upon SARC. Size, bigger client, more DSR. Area of audit, more complex, more DSR. Higher RMM, more DSR. And competence capability is less, then more DSR. More direction, supervision, and review to be done. Right? Then the documentation, so that completes our part of the discussion regarding the audit strategy, audit planning. And now we come to the audit program. Right? So now coming to the second part of the discussion in the chapter number 2, which is regarding the audit program. Right? So audit program, what all discussion is given over here? Meaning of audit program. One audit program for all businesses under all circumstances, we say asambhav. Then the assistant who is using that audit program and doing the audit should not keep a closed mind but an open mind. Then there has to be a periodic review of the audit program. Then the factors to be considered in constructing an audit program. Right? So what are the program construction points? Then audit program is obviously designed in order to get you the audit evidence. Okay. Right? Then what are the advantages? What are the disadvantages? And what are the ways to overcome the disadvantages of the audit program? And then there is a sample audit program given over here. Right? Then there is a sample audit program given over there. Right? So that is regarding the audit program. What all content is there, right? So meaning, then after that one program, you say, ma'am, मैंने एक program बना लिया, आपको सॉफ्टवेयर कंपनी, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनी, एआई कंपनी, बैंकिंग कंपनी, 1 crore कंपनी, 10,000 crore कंपनी, आप सेम प्रोग्राम यूज करो, आई विल से असंभव. One audit program for all businesses under all circumstances, not practical. Okay, so what audit program? It is a series of verification procedure to be applied to every item of the financial statements in order to obtain the evidence and to express an opinion. Right? So like cash and bank, हम लोग क्या चेक करेंगे, क्या चेक करने से क्या एविडेंस मिलेगा, एंड उसके बेसिस पे we'll form an opinion. Inventory, what to check, what evidence to obtain, and then the reporting. Right? So this is an audit program. It's a series of verification procedure to be applied to each and every item of the financial statement. Right? It is a series of verification procedure to be applied to the financial statement. Why? In order to obtain the evidence. And why to obtain the evidence? To enable the auditor to express an opinion. Right? So whenever a question regarding audit program is asked, first you have to write down the meaning. Right? That it's a series of verification procedure to be applied to each and every item of the financial statement. Why? To obtain the evidence. For what? To express an opinion on the financial statement. Okay. One audit program. Right. Then it says the assistant is encouraged to keep an open mind. So whatever is told in the audit program, that is minimum of what is to be done. Can it be altered? Yes. Can they add anything? Yes. Can they delete anything from the audit program? Yes. Right? So plus minus is possible. Right. Then you made a program in 1990, and now in 2024, you're using the same audit program. No. The auditor will be held guilty of negligence if he ends up doing his audit based on an obsolete program. है ना, पुराने मोगले आजम के जमाने का ऑडिट प्रोग्राम ऑडिटर यूजेस, है ना, in doing the audit. And like today also, if you're listening to the music on a tape recorder by putting a cassette, you say, ma'am, who does that today? So exactly. Right? So what does it say? Obsolete audit program should not be there. That is why there has to be the periodic review of the audit program. Right? So what does it say? That it, and obviously who has to make the change? It has to be changed by the principal. Right? Not officially changed by the principal. Till that time, the assistants have to follow the given audit program. Right? So that is periodic review. Then constructing an audit program. Let us mark this as a 5-star question. Then okay, what are the points to be considered in constructing? कि अभी तुम्हें ये program बनाना है. Like what program you do here? You want to make a program. So what are the points you will keep in mind while constructing an audit program? Number one point which you will keep in mind is stay within the scope of the engagement. Like cover only the items of financial statement. Don't go and cover their, something which is related, not related to the audit. Right? So stay within the scope and limitation. Then after you stay within the scope and limitation, you start put it in writing. Then once you start writing, you think कि cash and bank का क्या evidence मिल सकता है, inventory का क्या best evidence मिल सकता है, फिर वो evidence मिलने के लिए हमने क्या procedure apply करना चाहिए, वो procedure जो आपने सोचा है उसके basis पे instruction देते वक्त भी आपने हर एक संभावना consider करनी, overall there is a possibility of the error, and finally you have to coordinate the procedure to be applied to the related. Right? तो सबसे पहले तो stay within the बक्सा, stay within the scope and limitation. Now inside the बक्सा, written audit program. In the written program, when you're writing, think what evidence. For that evidence, what procedure. For that procedure, what instruction. Based on the instruction, कहाँ गलती हो सकती है, and coordinate the procedure to be applied to the related item. Repeat with me so that you don't have to repeat the ICAI exam. Man, why you prick us like this? It's better I prick you, rather than ICAI doing so. So you say, ma'am, आपको audit program construct करना है, ठीक है, no problem. You stay within the box. Now, in the box, ma'am, you start writing. When you start writing, think of what could be the evidence. For that evidence, what should be the procedure? Based on the procedure, you decide your instruction. Based on the instruction, सोचो कहाँ कहाँ गलती हो सकती है, and then coordinate the procedure to be applied to the related item. That's the thought coming to your mind. Say, ma'am, I don't know why I am finding audit so easy and interesting. I don't know why today there is a small smile on my face while studying audit, or generally I'm always, under tremendous pressure while studying this subject. Am I right? Am I right, everyone? Okay, right. So audit program, then you have the advantages and the disadvantages. Right. So that was our quick revision of the chapter number 2. And chapter, what is the chapter? Chapter 2. You know what is chapter 2? Audit strategy, audit planning, audit program. Audit strategy, we discuss what are the benefits and the factor. Audit planning, we discuss the benefits and the factor. Audit program is a constructing an audit program, meaning of an audit program. Oh my God, let's go on to the next chapter. That is chapter number